Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host Timba Madima. This evening we're chatting to Cheswill Johnson, up and coming jumping sensation, making a mark in South Africa and ready to take over the world. Hope you guys are ready. It is a Monday, which means we're opening up the week. Well, let's open up the week nice and strong. Good evening to everybody. Hope you guys are looking forward to this chat. We've got Cheswill in the building. He's just gonna send me an invite, or I'll send him one quickly, and then we're gonna get going. Make sure we send any questions through that you want to ask Cheswill Johnson. It's gonna be a good one. Welcome everybody. Cheswill.
Hey, Temba. How you doing,
How you
man?
doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm fresh, man. You?
Good. How has Cold Breezy been holding you?
The cold breeze.
Cold Breezy, COVID-19.
Oh, cold breeze. I, it's been, it's been hard, but it's chilled in a way because now you get more time for like an
Yeah,
off season, a proper off season, because usually people don't get a real off season. They just
yeah.
get like 3 or 2 months and then they start the season again. So it's good in some way, but it's also bad on the other hand, but it's mostly good, I could say, for next year.
No, absolutely, man. I 100% believe, man, when it comes to 2021 performances this year, like you're saying, we've got enough time now to prepare, no rushing, no chopping
Yeah.
of programs and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Looking forward to see what you're gonna be doing next year.
Hey, it could, yeah, it could be a lot of stuff that could be happening next year. I definitely believe a lot of people will be performing
Mm.
come next year at SA Nationals. Like, I believe there's going to be a lot of records that's going to be broken also by a lot of people.
Hey.
Because, yeah, I've been seeing people train and they look like they on fire now and stuff. But,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's looking forward to next year because this off season has been long. They just wanna
Yeah.
run now.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I think that's why, like, every opportunity, people just want to run. Like, I've heard people like, "Yeah, we're tired of training. We just want to race now," which is good, because I
Yeah,
think, I think that's the nice thing about it. Because I think a lot of senior athletes tend to lose that thing. I mean, I watch you from January until essays you on the track. Whether you're doing 100 or a two or a long jump. I can see you enjoy the competitive atmosphere more than the whole training for long blocks and then not pitching up.
yeah. The thing is, with other people, usually when you specialize in one, maybe a
Yeah,
item or something like that, you tend to lose focus also, and your motivation sometimes runs out. Now with me, I could be like, yes, this one guy this year he beat me, so hey, I have to make sure next year I have to come with fire. So that's my type of motivation because I'm like, I can win by the long jump maybe easily and stuff like that. But on the one hand, as there's also the 100 meters maybe. On
yeah,
the other hand, there's the 200 also. So I have room for two other events to improve as well.
yep,
As
yeah,
for if you look at the long jump, it's just like people are looking at me and they're like, yeah, this guy should be the next big thing when Leuven Rushwell leaves and stuff like that. So everyone looks at me already as like, you are that guy that's next when it comes to
yeah,
long jump. So I'm like, okay, I like long jump and long jump might be my best event, but I still want to do the 200 and the 100 as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
One of the two anyways. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, hey, Cheswell, let's slow down, man. Hey, you're moving too fast. We're gonna get to those questions just now. But first, let me do an introduction. I have to do an introduction so that people who are jumping on here can know exactly who we're talking to, and then they can understand who Cheswill Johnson is.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening we've got Cheswill Johnson. Listen up, young man, only 23 years old, ready to take over the long jump scene in the future. African Championships long jump finalist, also World University Games finalist, in Napoli. Also, World University Games, part of the SA squad at Taipei, as well as SA Under-20 Championships long jump silver medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheswill Johnson.
Yeah. I even forgot I have a silver medal for the long jump.
Yeah, you see, when you
Yeah,
forget, I must go and find those things. Yeah.
yeah, it's good to see you did your research.
Yeah, I must, man. But because I mean, like I said, and you also mentioned it earlier now. I mean, if we think long jump in South Africa, you're definitely one of the up and coming long jumpers we're looking forward to seeing in the future. You've got the raw speed. I mean, you're a 10.26 sprinter. You've got a 21.0 on the 200. I know you want to make that a sub 21. You'll get your chance. And you've also got obviously a massive 8.20 meters in the long jump and the 825, but the 825 was wind aided, so we're not gonna count those ones. But we know, I mean, that's world class. You're a world class athlete already, but I mean, definitely one for the future. So yeah, man, we're excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited for the future.
Yeah, I am excited when it comes to like the future in terms of my events because I don't want to be the athlete that sticks to one lane. I enjoy doing all three of them. So obviously, I'm like, if I were to actually cut an event out, it might be one maybe, because obviously three events in this day and age, it's kind
Hey,
of hard because
uh,
programs can't evolve around your event sometimes. So
which one would you
sometimes you have
drop?
to, if I were to drop one, oh, it might be the 200 because 200
Yeah.
training, yo, it feels.
Yeah, 200 training is tough, man. But I mean, that's what also
Yeah,
makes you so strong for your long jump.
yeah, that is the thing because I I remember when I was doing only a 200-meter program and I
Yeah,
rarely would do long jump and stuff like that. I would do long jump 100 meters and 200 meters in one day's time,
sure. Yeah,
and I
it's
wouldn't
tough.
even get tired. But now,
Yeah.
as time goes on and people are running faster and you competing against guys who are world class, hey, it's tiring now doing these things. It's not the same anymore.
You gotta, yeah, you're at that point now where you're gonna obviously eventually specialize. Let's do a few welcomes and then we're gonna get into some other business. I see Nicole Lowe is joining in all the way from the United States of America. We've got Ashlyn, Nitin, we've got Karabu J. I know UJ is gonna be in here all over the place. I see Charnay Duplessis is
Hey,
here. Anzel, this ID, Longingston, welcome. Henry Makani, welcome. Brother Lyles Prince, Elaila, Abongile, Ngugumana is here as well. Yo, there's a lot of people. Next, runner, the jumper, Bukamo, so Chavi. I won't get to everybody. Marco Polo, Marco Poco Loco is in here as well. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in. Yeah. So obviously, before we get into many other questions, I've got so many questions I want to ask you because there's so much I believe we can learn from you, even though you're still young, 23 years old. But obviously, you've learned a few lessons in your time as well. But before we get into that, we need to play a game. 30 seconds. What's in the bag? So you've got 30 seconds to name as many things as possible that you have in either your competition or your training bag. You ready for me?
yeah.
Coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Mazisha.
Techies, socks, spikes, headphones, running vest,
Yeah.
um, jacket, cones, measuring tape,
Let's go. Let's go.
long pants.
Yeah.
What else is there? Water bottle,
There's 10,
a towel.
11, and time.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. 11 is okay. 11 is respectable. I'll give it to you. At least you are during the top, during during the people.
During the people. I,
So the record
I,
is at 19. So at least you're still in the mix. Don't worry.
yeah, at least I'm somewhere there in the top 10 at least.
Hey, it's been it's crazy. Like when you think about like Poch. I see Theodore Young is in here as well. He was flying in Poch last week Tuesday. I'm sure he's gonna be there again. But I mean, like Poch was like the first time, seeing a tartan track meeting in like since March. Like, yo, it's crazy to think, huh?
Yeah, it's been so long. I even forgot where my spikes were this other day when I had to do some drills with spikes on. I even forgot I was looking for it the whole day. It's been that long.
Yo,
It's been
I,
really
I,
long.
I got to training the other day, and then you leave one spike at home, and you've got one. You're like, hey, yeah, we need to get this right again.
I actually remember doing that one time where I left my one spike at home and it was heartbreaking. I had to do speed and techies that day.
Hey,
I,
yeah, man. And the guys are unforgiving, but it happens, man. It happens to the best. Yeah, can you see when
yeah,
you mentioned when you went to Jamaica? Yeah, he's gonna do block stats and sprints with Bolt and them, and he forgets his spikes at home. So hey,
yeah.
everybody makes mistakes. Imagine.
All the way there in Jamaica. That's
Training
far.
with Bolt. Yo,
That's another thing.
it
Leaving
happens. It
it at,
happens.
okay. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
All right, so let's start in the beginning. So obviously, like you said, I mean, your background looks like if when I look through like your earlier records, it looks like 100 meter and 200 meter were initially like your main events, or let's call them the events you initially enjoyed more, if I can say that. So how did the long jump journey start, or how did your athletics journey start? Let's start there.
Well, let me say in primary school,
Yeah,
um, we, I actually did only 100 meters in primary school.
yeah,
And then I think it was in grade four or something. No, not grade four, grade six, where I was like, let me try out long jump.
yeah.
And I tried jumping. I was basically the tallest in the competition there. And I was like, let me try long jump out. So I tried jumping. I lost. I came last. I'm the tallest, but I came last out of the whole competition. So I was like, you
Yeah,
know what? I'm not gonna do long jump. I'll just stick to doing sprints.
yeah,
So then in high school, I just did 100 and 200, 100 and 200. Then my last year, I don't know, someone told me, you know what? Just go do the long jump. You
yeah,
told you can do this. So then I jumped, and somehow I ended up being. It was in matric actually when I decided to do long jump again,
yeah.
and then somehow I ended up going to the SA schools
Mm,
for long jump, and I didn't
yeah,
make it for the sprint. So I was like, what? I didn't make it for the sprints. It's only long jump. So then I was like, you know what? I can actually do something with this long jump, and
yeah.
let me try and see if I can do better.
Mm,
So I tried training on my own because I never had a coach. I never had a coach. Even in matric, I never had a coach.
yeah,
So when I was done, when I was done with matric in November sometime, um, I met this other lady, Maria Diamond, and she
yeah,
taught people how to do long jump and stuff. And then she helped me, and like she began the book of long jump. If I have to write a book on long jump, she was the person that actually persuaded me and influenced me to do long jump more.
yeah,
But at the same time, I was still doing sprints way more than I did long jump. So
yeah.
then the turning point came when I saw that most of the times I actually make it to a higher level in certain sports
Mm,
when it comes to doing long jump. So I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'll do the long jump then instead of actually doing much of the sprints.
yeah,
But in the beginning, it was just sprints. If I have to
yeah.
be fair, it was mostly sprints the whole time.
I mean, I think some people know, others don't know. Like obviously, you and your brother, your younger brother Elviano, Hey, this year the boy was on fire. Obviously, I know for a fact there's definitely some sibling rivalry going on in the house there when it comes when it comes to the 100 and 200. And my brother, I've got to tell you that Elviano is in front at the moment. What have won?
There is a rivalry, but I don't consider it a rivalry in terms of a specific event. It's just like we like talking trash because that's how we are. Like we like, hey, let's see who can run fast to that store. They like back when I was younger, I would always tell him
Yeah,
stuff like that just to push him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now I guess I've been pushing him too much, so now he feels comfortable to like run fast. So I'll have to do something about that maybe sometime soon. But yeah, there is a rivalry really between us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Like,
yeah,
so,
if there's
yeah.
like a meeting or something, he might be like, yeah, come run the 200 so I can show you something. And I'll be like, oh, wait, we'll do that first. Let's just sort the 100 out of first or something like that. And then that's how it is with us. We competitive anyways,
Yeah, I mean,
regardless of who it is.
sibling rivalry, man. It's like I think of many, like I like to think I'm so called humble, but when it comes to my younger brother, like there's that one guy in the world. If I could beat any given Sunday, Monday to Sunday, I'm sorted. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah.
I think that's just how it is. In the family, you never want to lose to your brothers. You can lose to another fast guy, but hey, your brother must know. He needs to know.
It reminds me of how people I think, yeah, when the season was still on in this year, and my brother started running fast times, and then everyone was
Yeah.
messaging me the same day, even they're like, hey, what you doing? Your brother just ran faster than you. I started laughing. I'm like, I know how it is. I know how it is. So to me, it doesn't really phase me. I'm competitive with anyone. Even people who train with me, they know we could be doing 30s and stuff. Even though I might not have the fastest 30 maybe or something, I'd still be talking trash and be like, hey, you better pick up the pace. You're running slow or something like that. That's just how it is.
Absolutely, man. I think it keeps the training fun, and uh, that competitive, like that's how athletics used to be back. I mean, when we started athletics, it was all about. I remember the first years when I was running, I never knew times. Like I used to get to a meeting, I'm like, I just want to break a record and I want to win. Those are the two things. I didn't know what the
Yeah.
record was. You just get there, you want to just run faster than anybody's ever run, and you want to win. That's it. What my times were and upset tables and all those things, those things never mattered, in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because in the beginning you're like a child to this whole thing. You just like,
Yeah,
you know what, we're just running. We don't care about what times are, we just running.
yeah,
Because basically that's how it is.
yeah,
Because
man.
if you're new to something and let's say you go and try and run maybe a 30 and you never ran a 30 in your life. And someone
Yeah.
told you, hey, you just ran 3.9 something and you just standing there like, I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know.
I
You don't know
remember
what the times are.
it's exactly like that. Like, yeah, it's funny. Like in grade 11, the teacher would come to me. She's like, "You ran a 48." I was 16, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like I've already got what I wanted. I just wanted to win. That's it. The times,
Yeah, you don't.
that's for everybody else." Okay, so let's get to the next part of obviously, like you said, um, you decided to eventually pursue long jump. Long jump became the event. You said you saw because you were doing better in the long jump, let's say at championships, obviously, than you were in the sprints. At what point? At what point did you? What point would you say was like your breakthrough season? There's you've been running. I mean, I know you've been running essays. Even at a younger age, you've been in finals. You've been, in the mix. At what point did you feel like, okay, this is my breakthrough moment in my track and field going forward?
I I I actually have to say it was last year. Last year I felt like that was my breakthrough moment.
Yeah, yeah,
But the only thing that was holding me back is because I had a plan to have like a Euro season,
yeah,
and plans didn't go, things didn't go as planned. So
yeah,
in the end, I had to sit back and I was like, hey, I'm not even hot yet. I'm not even getting there yet. So
yeah,
to shut me down like that, I just felt like that was my breakthrough moment.
yeah.
So I had to start the season already hot. So I was like, I am not gonna wait. Let me just start summer now and then in the heat so that people don't think that, hey, this guy, you should sleep on him or something like that because we know he is competitive. People don't play here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if I have to answer your question, it was last year. I saw that SA Champs that, yeah, that was my breakthrough. It's just, yeah, weren't going as planned. That's all.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. I think your 2019 was a massive year for you, you know. Uh, if I look at even going competing at World University Games, it was your second time. Obviously, the first time you went there, experience, you know, you seeing new things.
Yeah.
But last year you could see like you had a much better focus. Although it didn't go 100% the way you would have liked it to go, but I mean, you showed that you know you were ready for that level of competition. Run us through World University Games. I mean, I don't think South Africans really understand how big of a competition it is when it comes to like, it's not just athletics, you know, it's literally like, it's almost like the Olympics
Yeah.
of university sports.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of like a mini Olympics. You get to meet all athletes across all sporting codes. You get to see how another athlete prepares for another event, maybe whether
Yeah,
they doing baseball or whatever. And
yeah,
it kind of makes you already like have some sort of experience when it comes to the Olympics. So when you get to the Olympics, it's like, okay, right now it's the same thing. It's better athletes basically. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it is like a mini Olympics basically.
And
It's crazy because
how's competition there? How was the competition?
yeah, the competition was actually really nice because two of the guys that were jumping there, I was like, okay, yeah, these guys they really good. They world class level. The other guys were also kind of world class level. They were also professionals, but I was
Yeah,
looking at two guys and I was like, hey, you two, I need to be looking out at you two because I don't care about the other guys, but you two. I always have something like that where I'm like, those people are my targets for
yeah.
this event. But as you know, the result, it didn't go as planned, but the competition was good because one of the guys was even like it was a finalist in the world champs
Wow.
that same year. So
Okay.
yeah, the competition was basically, yeah, it was high. It was high standard.
No, absolutely. I think that's what makes it. I mean, such a big. Because I mean, a lot of the people who end up winning gold at World University Games, like we said, they can even go and feature at World Champs, Olympics, you know, finalists, etc., etc. So it's that type of competition. I think that's what makes it such an important. I mean, university, or it has to keep on going because it makes it. It gives athletes a chance at internet. Because I mean, breaking into the international, the SA team isn't always that easy, you know. Hey, there's always hyenas up there. Hyenas. Uh,
Yeah,
so to try get a chance there, you know, is difficult. So university sports, hey, it gives another chance, but then that experience always adds up, obviously, to you becoming a better athlete, you know.
yeah, it motivates people actually because I remember my first international meeting was actually the university championships in Taipei.
Yeah,
And once I got there, I was like, yo, this is what people go through when they go to other countries to compete and stuff like that. It was mind
yeah,
blowing to me.
yeah,
And I remember I had a motivation to be someone good. But when I saw that, I was like, yo, now I'm gonna work even harder. I wanna always come to places like this. So yeah, it motivates everyone to actually like really work hard and be like, you know what? If I work hard, I'll get selected again. I'll get to experience this type of thing again. I get to make money out of this because what
Yeah,
athletes are basically living is a dream because not
yeah,
everyone can do stuff like this. So
absolutely.
you have to appreciate the finer things also.
Yeah, yo, definitely, man. Let's do a few more welcomes. I see Corner Forever, Cornel Fredericks. Cornel Fredericks is in the building. Tekofatso Nafu, welcome to you. Shange Yandi, welcome. Who else? Val Running Team, welcome to you guys as well. Who else we got here? Emil Rothman, we've got Winning Josh. Avumile. Avumile says wave check. Eh? Is that for you?
Wave check. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. Wave check now. I, the waves are there. The waves are there, man. Maybe I'll do it at the end. Maybe I'll do it at the end.
I see Chedrick van Beek says champ. Oh, Chedrick was with us last week. We've got Sam Tembu, welcome to you. Jesse Perez, Kayla Kent, welcome, May Kent. We've got Hamed Awatif, welcome to you. Yeah, super, always good having the people on, man. It's episode number 70, what, 4 or 5, man. We're going strong. Yo, we're going to hit 100.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
we need to,
every day you busy, eh? Every
you know
day you
what,
have to
man?
sit there.
You know what's crazy, man? Like, I don't think people. That's why, like, I think BackChat was once again it was an eye opener. Like when we started, we knew. Listen, there's enough athletes to have enough content for easily over 100 episodes because the talent. If you look at youth, junior, senior level, I mean, it is crazy amount of talent. I'm talking world class talent, gold medalists.
Yeah,
We're talking about legends who have done broken world records, and I mean, it does not end, you know. And I mean, this is just an opportunity to hear the voices of athletes that are on the way to the top, or at the top, or retired, or are legends. You know, it's just we need to keep these conversations going. You know.
yeah. Like literally, I'm also starting to think now when you said that there's youth athletes, there's junior athletes that are world class. Like South Africa is actually rising in terms of like talent.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might be the next big country as far as track and field also.
Hey,
But we
we
have a
just
long way to go still also.
we've got a long way to go. We've got a long. We need to get the systems. Once the systems are in check, I'm telling you, man, we
Yeah.
will take over. We'll take over the world of athletics. You know. So
Yeah.
we just have to keep pushing. We've got to keep pushing. You guys need to perform. The sponsors need to come on. You know, we need to keep the energy in the sport alive. The athletes must get recognition and spotlight. Then it will get there. You know.
Yeah. I feel like SA should just get more meetings where people can get like rewarded for those meetings because like most athletes are basically going to Europe to go get money from that side because there's
Mm,
meetings that pay out there. And
yeah.
here in SA, there's only like what 3 or 2 meetings where they might pay people, and
Yeah.
that's it.
It's
And
hard.
besides the league meetings and those meetings and SA champs, there aren't really meetings here in South Africa. So they need to actually like get more meetings like that so that athletes would get more interested and have a motivation behind it. Not
Mm,
just, hey, I'm just here running, that's it. It might be like, hey, people might work harder actually if they see that,
mm.
okay, there's prize money here. So
No,
next year I'll work
absolutely.
harder and I'll come back again and I'll just do better. That's it.
Yeah, there has to be way more meetings because the thing is that even the meetings we have now, it's like, ish, everybody is so over prepared for those meetings. Like in Europe, you can hide away, man, go win a meeting there, you know, come back, go win another meeting. Hey, now here in Mzansi, you've got all the hyenas lined up every time for the big race. It's tough, man.
Yo.
It's tough.
People are getting headaches there before they start the race. They're getting headaches already. They're like, yo, Akani's here. Aye.
There's no free checks
Before
in
the meeting
Mzansi.
starts.
There's no free
Yeah,
checks.
yo, yeah. You don't get a chance. Hey, yeah. Nothing. You come there,
Yeah,
everyone is there.
exactly. So that's what we need to do. You're right, man. More meetings are gonna help. You know, the university athletics played a big role. They need to bring back more meetings again. You know, we need to close the
Yeah,
gap. I see. Here's Omo Moody. He's saying the gap between professional athletes and the upcoming athletes are too big, you either make a decent amount of money or you broke. Hey, that's the facts. Those are facts
Yeah,
right there.
it is.
It's either you're taking home the bag or you are carrying an empty bag. It's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. If you're not on a podium in South Africa, you can relax and be broke there. Like they don't consider you at all if you're not on the podium for the national championships. So
Yeah.
whether someone can see that you have talent or not, it doesn't matter. If you're not making that podium, you can chill there. You'll get to that point where you can be in the mix.
But you gotta work,
Yeah.
man. I think that's what I love most about athletics in South Africa uh, because of the system. You can see other sports. They might have more money, né? But the
Mhm.
level of professionalism in those sports is way, 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 way too low. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
because sometimes if you spoon feed athletes way too much, that's what you will get instead of letting them get that hunger. Because
but
here by us, it's like,
it's hunger, man.
yeah, yeah, yo, we're hungry. We're like, hey, we want to be there also. We want to make money. So we're coming for you. Now, in other countries where they're just giving out people sponsorships and stuff like that for not even having reasonable results, it's
Yeah,
it's not right.
yeah,
It's not right.
yeah.
There's
It's a you see it's a you have to balance it somewhere.
yeah, you have to. You
All right.
can't
So
just
next thing I want to ask do you have a role model? Who was your role model? When you came into the athletic scene, and who would you say is your role model now?
uh when I started, my role model was Carl Lewis basically because he did everything that I did. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I do long jump. He does long jump as well, 100, 200.
200.
So I was
Yeah,
like, this guy, he was one of the greatest to ever do all three events. So
yeah,
who's
absolutely.
to say I can't do that as well? So yeah, if I have to say someone that I looked up to in terms of like athletics and the results that the person produced, it has to be Carl Lewis.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean his
that's
consistency over the years, man, and his drive and his hunger, definitely, definitely a good role model to have.
yeah. He was that guy. Like you get annoyed. You come to a meeting, he's there in the 100, he's there in the 200. You can't run away from him. He's there. He's everywhere. So that's who I am. I'm the guy you don't count out. I come to each meeting. I do this. I do that. You don't know where I'm gonna be. So yeah, that's my only role model when it comes to athletics.
All right, for sure, man. Proper. And then your motivation, obviously, um, at the moment, like you said, you're 23 years old. You've got an 820 in the long jump. You've got a 10.26 on the 100, 21.01 on the 200. What is your motivation? What is fueling Cheswill Johnson? What is your motivation?
Normally, other people would be like, my motivation is to just do the best that I can do and stuff like that. But to me, if I have to be completely honest, my motivation is to break records and secure the bag. That's it. Because other people, they don't they like dance around the answer. They're like, yeah, I want to be good with life and I want to jam. I want to secure that bag and I want to break records. That's it. I want to be someone that goes down in history. So that motivates me, knowing that there's records standing there and
Yeah,
that I want to break them. As long as that
yeah,
record is there, I'm gonna still work. So that's what actually pushes me because no one's gonna remember you when you're just that person that was there and that person's gone. They don't remember you anymore. So if
for
you
sure.
secure the bag and you break records and stuff, people will be like, okay, yeah, this guy, I remember him.
Yeah,
But yeah, to ever to basically, if I also have to like cut it down, it's yeah, I just wanna be the person that is in the history books. That's it.
yeah,
I have to be
absolutely.
remembered.
Uh, Plain and simple, man. Break records, secure the bag. Uh, that's your motivation, and I mean it's good. End of the day, you must have those ambitions, and we need it because end of the day we need track and field in South Africa to be seen as a professional sport as much as soccer and um, rugby and cricket. As much as they are professional sports. I think that's why. I mean, IAAF it was what is it? Was something amateur athletics, federation. It was saying that we're not a professional sport. I think that's why they got rid of that name. But I mean, we're professionals. You want to be professionals. No more
Yeah.
amateurs. This is a professional sport. People need to eat and take care of their families as well.
Yeah, because if you think about it, how can you be an individual athlete doing something that only 5% of the world can do?
Mm.
And it's viewed as you're an amateur. Are you an amateur when you're the 5% in the world doing stuff like that the whole world can't even do? So it's kind of crazy if you have to think about it.
Yeah.
How?
Absolutely,
Like
man. Absolutely.
I'm not taking anything away from other sports like team sports and stuff like that. Sure, what they're doing, not a lot of people can do it anyways, but with athletics, it's a very small amount of people that can actually do that.
A tough
There's
sport.
there's soccer leagues everywhere in the world. There's cricket leagues everywhere in the world. There's also athletics leagues everywhere in the world. But the thing is, it's a very small number. It's not as much as what you would get from
Yeah,
soccer and all the other sporting codes. So
absolutely.
yeah, yeah, you can't say that. They can't say we're amateurs. We're not amateurs. We're professionals here.
Absolutely. So coming up, man, obviously like 2021 around the corner, big year. What would you like to see? Where would you like to see South African athletics, let's in the next year or two? Where would you like to see it? I mean, I think if you look at the sprints, it's on a crazy rise, man. I mean, you don't even have to look as far as the top athletes. You can just look into your own family, look at what your brother's doing. And I mean, the running times that, hey, these were times where back in the days,
Yeah,
you could win championships, senior championships on. Now the youth and juniors run these times. Yo, the game has
yeah,
changed. So where do you see track
yeah.
and field in South Africa going in the next year or two?
In the next year or two, I definitely expect us to have like sprinters that always make it into like world championship level. And like I would expect basically a podium finish from one of our
Yeah,
sprinters in the near future.
yeah,
Yeah, and like there's a lot of even with the long jump, there's four of us that can literally also be on a
podium,
podium.
absolutely.
So there's a lot of room for improvement actually, basically. So in the next 2 years, I see a lot of people being on the podium in South
Yeah,
Africa.
I like that.
So there's like look at the youth kids and the junior kids already. Look at part two, for instance. He already ran like a 10:06. Oh,
Hey.
that's not even normal. He's number one in the world right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. You could, like you said, you could literally win a championship with that time. Like 5 years ago, you could win the championship with that time. But
Yeah,
now it's
South
like
Africa.
these kids are making it look like nothing now. Yo,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Absolutely, man. Also, just one more thing, like studies. You are at UJ. What are you? What degree are you pushing that side?
Studying logistics, and I'll be done by next year. And I'm not sure if I want to still continue furthering my studies or do I want to just focus on 1 year being pro and see if I still want to study maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
But
That's a
yeah,
good.
most likely I'll graduate and then I'll see where I want to actually be in terms of can I still do the whole studying thing and do athletics as full time in terms of like being a professional now, or what will I do basically? But I'll see after that year. So next year I'll see maybe.
All right. Absolutely superb. All right, my brother. We're gonna wrap it up. I think our time is up. Let's wrap it up with a message. What message do you have for South Africans? There's a lot of people that are supporting you. You can see at the moment there are people that are on here busy pressing that love button. Like. They're pressing, man. There's a lot of
Hey, I
people.
wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
if
message do you have for them, man?
my message is, it doesn't matter what anyone says. They could be like, "Hey, it's been so long. You've been doing this one thing. You've been working. Nothing's happening. It's up to you to decide whether you want to give up or not. Just
Yeah,
continue working,
yeah,
and hopefully, sometime your work will show off in the future.
yeah.
Don't give up on yourself. That's it."
I like that, man. Don't give up on yourself. Plain and simple, but it's very powerful, man. I think that's it. Like I always say, life, man. You choose what you want, man. You can. There's so many things to chase. There's like you can chase so many things, but I always say you must chase the things that will always like when you go to bed. I mean that's you. You've got that time alone, and there's no noise and nothing. If you can go to
Yeah,
bed content, and you can be like, you know what, I might not have everything I want, but everything I do today is towards me fulfilling and making myself, reach my purpose. That's enough, man. That's more than enough.
that
Uh,
it actually reminds me of a quote from Denzel Washington when he said, "Do you?" I can't really remember, so I'm
yeah,
just gonna say it how I know it.
yeah,
He says, "You'll never feel fulfilled if you don't do what you love."
yeah.
Because imagine on your deathbed that all the potential that you had in life was just staring and looking at you, and
Eish.
it's like, hey, now we're gonna go to the grave together with that potential that you had.
Yeah,
So I won't die knowing that I never actually did something that I loved, or basically have the potential and not make use of the potential that I
yeah.
had. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
that's the quote that
That's
reminded me of this
powerful
whole thing.
stuff. Dr. Miles Monroe says the grave is one of the richest places in the world because there's so many talents, gifts, inventions, all those things that are dying with people who weren't brave enough to, actually give them to the world. So it's exactly what you're saying. So powerful stuff, man. I think we're gonna close it off there. On that note, thanks a lot for
Right.
joining us this evening, man. Cindy B. Johnson, is that family?
Yeah, it's my mom.
There's Momzo. Shout out
Yeah.
Momzo. Thanks for joining in. Your son is talented. He's got talent. Support him. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. But my brother, thanks a lot. Yeah. Keep pushing, man. We're gonna be looking out for you in 2021. Like, don't lose the hunger, man. Like we are always. You must train as if your competitors are training better, and you must always feel like there's a pressure to always perform. Not a bad one, but I mean it's a good one. So
Yeah.
make use of the time, this corona time. Work hard. 2021 is the year you need to blow up to weight.
Blow up Shuit. I don't think
Cool, man. Take care. All
so.
right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from Cheswill Johnson's mouth. The man is talented. The man is hungry. He's focused. Thanks for joining in, guys. We'll be back again on Wednesday. We've got another speaker or another athlete joining us on Wednesday. It goes by the name of Colin Muraudzi. Yeah, we're going to keep the conversations going. Like I said, it's important to South Africa. We need the voices of top athletes out there, sharing their knowledge, sharing their skills, sharing their experiences. So there's somebody who's watching here. Maybe there's an up-and-coming athlete who's watching who will get motivated and take over the world. So thanks a lot, guys. From me, Tema Madima. Have a good evening and see you guys again soon. God bless. Hashtag Diary of a Vendor. Hashtag Nda. Take care.